Hey, what's up everyone? Tankenstein here in this video, the last of my gameplay videos that I will be releasing. And so far as the dev server is concerned, and I know you guys have been watching a ton, I'm going to show you the F-8E, the brand new American fighter coming in direct hit. This is a rank 7 battle rating 10.3 fighter that will be sitting after the F-8U2 that is already in game. And let me just show you that here. We have the F-8U2, and the F-8E will be the same BR, at least upon release in realistic, but will be a rank 7 plane. So it will be one of 4 rank 7 planes for the Americans. And yes, I do own every single American plane, except for some premiums, because I'm not going to spend all that money. Anyways, so the F-8E is a newish type of plane. The F-8U2 is more or less just a fighter. This is, in my opinion, it's actually a really, really good fighter, a great gunfighter. In fact, it was called the last gunfighter, and has superb rate of climb, actually good handling, very good handling. Don't really pay attention to the stat card. It's got decent missiles, so on and so forth. The F-8E takes it up a notch. So this has 15 armament presets. This has 58. It has nearly 4 times as many vehicle or as many weapons as this. It just is totally a substantially better vehicle. Now, one thing that's interesting, and I do have this fully upgraded, as you can see here, for whatever reason, and I'm not sure, I think that the stat card here is incorrect, vastly incorrect as a matter of fact. In real life, the top speed of this was around 2,000 kilometers per hour, so more or less what you see from the F-8U2. Now, with this, it's showing 1123, so barely subsonic. Rate of climb is really low, turn time is really low. So it doesn't seem, at least on the stat card, like this is good, but as we saw in the Vigan, the JA70 or 37, I mean to say, those stats were a bit low as well compared to what I had in real life. I believe it could go like 200 kilometers per hour faster than what they claim in game, which was really weird. But aside from this, whatever. I'm not going to compare the Vigan to this. This is its own separate plane. That's what this gameplay video is about. So as you can see, it's got tons of weapons. Unfortunately, its max missile, the best missile I can carry, is the AIM-9D. The AIM-9D is not that bad. Of course, no AIM-9E. No AIM-9J, and especially no AIM-9P. However, the D is at least an upgrade over the B variant, and it's not too bad. You'll get yourself a fair amount of kills with it, especially with unsuspecting opponents. But the thing that really shows in this is that it has such a tremendous amount of secondary weapons. You can equip bullpups. You can equip Mighty Mouse rockets, and these are actually equipped in an kind of like underneath the thing here. There's a tray that comes out, and I'll show you that in game, and I'll try to get some close air support footage. If not, I'll show you it in test drive. But it has a tremendous amount of secondary armaments: 2,000-pound bombs, 1,000-pound bombs, Zuni rockets, 250-pound bombs, 500-pound bombs. And you can combine them all pretty much with AIM-9Ds. So it's just a really cool amount of weapons here, and just great types of weapons. You can get yourself 114 Mighty Mouse rockets. I personally love Mighty Mouse rockets, but really, I mean, and the great thing is that anything that you can do, like for example up here, with the 2,000-pound bombs, the only thing that you're kind of missing out on will be the Zunis, but otherwise you can have more or less the same loadout down here as you can have up here, except with Sidewinders. So instead of Zunis, you have Sidewinders. But either way, this thing is a strike fighter, more or less. I don't know why it's not listed as a strike fighter. In my opinion, it should be. In Air AB, that would be a tremendous benefit, because the in-air reload for the ground ordnance would be much better as a strike fighter. Plus, in RB, it would have that air spawn. But also, before we get into the gameplay, because this is also an overview, one important thing to note: it does not have countermeasures. So this is a 10.3. A lot of people are complaining about the Draken, the 10.0 Premium not having countermeasures. The J35D doesn't have countermeasures. And the JA37 doesn't. The F-8E also does not have countermeasures at 10.3 and at rank 7. So There are a lot of planes that don't have countermeasures. They tend to be the more maneuverable planes, at least thus far. But yeah, this does not have countermeasures. So, let's see what happens. I can tell you right off the top of the bat, it's got really weak wings. So no matter how maneuverable it is, if you go too fast, it's going to break off. And you'll see that in the gameplay. But either way, this intro has been going on for too long. Let's get into some gameplay, some RB, maybe some CAS, but definitely some test drive, if nothing else. So as per usual, the stat card kind of lies about this. Of course, I don't doubt its top speed is, well, around where I am right now. However, it gains altitude like no one's business. It's way faster than 50 some odd kilometers or meters per second, I mean to say. That is negligible compared to what I have. Now, one thing about this, however, is that the wings are ridiculously weak. Ooh, that was not a good idea. Really? It didn't just confuse it with the other one and just try to blow itself up? But yeah, wings are really weak. You cannot pull high Gs on this. Unfortunately. Because there are some times where you really, really want to, and it's just not going to work. So, let's see, I'll get up behind them. All of these guys. Shoot this guy out. Oh! That was like 4 shots. But yeah, acceleration on this is really nice. Let's see if I can do it again. I doubt it. Yeah, I doubt it. Although, not bad, not bad. Okay. Okay. Please die. Okay. Now, with kills like that, it's not really a great representation of this plane. And, unfortunately, the biggest problem with the dev server is really such that what else do we have? These are the planes that we're given. It's kind of like any sport, for example, right? You can only face the teams that you have, right? Like, the only... Like, you can only face the teams on your schedule, basically. And in much the same way, I can only face bots, for the most part. And it stinks, because I don't want to only face bots. It doesn't make me feel like I'm doing all that much. Of course, I mean, you have things like that. Man, this thing. Extreme overloading, man. Like, that, seriously, that stinks. I think he's gonna die. Yes, he is. Like, oh man, this thing bleeds speed. It's got good maneuverability, though. Now, the only reason why it's 10.3 as opposed to the F-8E because it has a prodigious, like, weapons loadout. It's insane. If it didn't have that, like, the ground attack capabilities, I don't really think that this would be worth it. But at the same token, it's not a strike fighter. It's just a jet fighter. So, in my opinion, you're getting this plane, and, believe it or not, there are a lot of people, myself included, who do like to play Air AB, at least on occasion. And when you have a plane that's just a jet fighter as opposed to a strike fighter, you do not get the quicker reload, like for bombs and all that. So you're basically given all of these various... I'm not going to go... you know what? I'm going to... Maybe not. I'm not going to go for him. I didn't want him. Says some people. Oh my gosh. I am embarrassing myself right here. I don't have much fuel left. I know if there's a Kika behind me, but he's a bot. So... Not too worried about it. I think that G91's a bot too. Let's do it. I'll tell you guys though, I mean there it is, wing overload. See? This cannot handle high stress. But yeah, I mean honestly, it's designation as a jet fighter doesn't go with its armament loadout. And in my opinion, I feel that if it were listed as a strike fighter, that this would be a much more useful plane. It just, I mean, even with its decreased speed and all that compared to the F-8U, I don't know. It just does not seem right to me. And maybe they'll change it, who knows. But anyways, let's get into probably the next match. Yeah, next match. Okay, let's see what we can do. Now, this is one of the best planes around this PR for getting into a furball, especially for the Americans. It's relatively lightweight. It's got good cannons. Good, not great. Cannons. It's definitely just a good overall vehicle. AIM-9Ds are not really spectacular, but at the same token, they're not all too bad. You can really put a lot of work down with them. Nice, I got 2 kills. Let's go for a third here. Nope. Okay, I do not like this extreme wing overload, man. You guys have got to be careful. Learn from my mistakes. Like, dang, son. Like, really? Maybe I was flying. I think it was because I was flying the Vegan all day. That's got a 30 G break rate. This does not. Anyways, I guess next match. So I had somewhat of, I don't know what the heck that sound is in the background. My apologies for that. So I had somewhat of a tough time getting to this. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use 2 2,000-pound bombs, the rocket tray, and also some sidewinders. So set the bomb activation because these are some big boys. 1.5 seconds, and let's see what we can do. Okay, so this does not have a ballistics computer, which I guess is somewhat important. I'll show you the rocket tray right now, actually, just so you can see it. Opens up like that. See, it says opening bomb bay, which is interesting because now I can't close it with my bomb bay control. Either that or I haven't set it up in the dev server yet, which I guess is a totally possible explanation. So let's see. Now, one of the biggest problems with this plane that I've experienced is that the wings rip off very, very easily, and I cannot imagine that it would be much better. Actually, it won't be any better at all with the ridiculous amount of ordnance on the wings. So, see if we can find ourselves an enemy tank here. Whoa! Okay, that just fired every single one of those in 2 salvos. Okay, I was not expecting that. Okay. So I got kill assist. I was expecting not that because in test drives it did not do that. It's definitely unusual. So the problem also with the dev server is that what you're getting is essentially gonna drop. Ooh, this is not good. Hopefully I can get away. Oh, buddy, that was big. Oh wow, I dropped 2 2,000-pound bombs on a Sherman. That is not an economical use of bomb load. But yeah, I mean the problem with dev server stuff is that ultimately what you're doing is you're facing old technology. So I'm just gonna probably crash into the ground here because there's not really too much more to show off. I'll just kind of go over this in test drive because there's not really, unfortunately, too much to kind of do. Just destroying old school tanks, it's not the most difficult thing in the world, and they're bots. But anyways, let's get into either another match or test drive or something. So for this, I've decided to do it a little bit differently. We've got 12 250-pound bombs, 4 Zunis, and the rocket pod underneath. And I'll just go ahead and just check because I personally am not too sure if that's how they're fired. I'm sure we have some history buffs here who are like, "Oh, but that's how it's supposed to be fired in salvos." But I guess let's see. Okay, I guess they're supposed to be fired in salvos of 16. I guess that would make sense if they're stored back to back, right? Yeah. Okay. Makes some level of sense. Let's see if we can whip the rings, rip the wings off. I guess not. Not yet. Not going fast enough. So let's go try that one more time. Then I can go switch to Zunis. Like I said, unfortunately, this does not have a ballistics computer. So, much like so, and I still miss. because I am not a genius. So, destroy friendly ships. They're just looking out for my own protection, but... Oh, extreme overload. But, go ahead and just start firing these Zunis. Get my air brakes on, my R brakes. Okay. Ooh, okay. Oh. Getting close. Okay. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. I mean, ultimately, unless you're using bullpups, which I would highly recommend, do not do what I do and don't use bullpups. Practice on them. This can carry bullpups, and those are extremely powerful. And if this is the branch of the tech tree that you decided to go down, you don't have anything else like the A7D, this is actually a perfectly capable strike fighter, and it's definitely a good dog fighter, albeit I would imagine much better in AB, just because you don't have to worry about the wing tear being an issue. So that being said, also this does not have a cockpit that you can use. Also, for some reason, this is now very choppy. Very weird. Anyways, so just kind of use this like any other plane, I guess, when it comes to close air support. It's pretty decent, not amazing. It's got a ton of options. None of them are extremely great. It just so happens that basically that they double up their options because you can either choose Zunis or air-to-air missiles. So it seems like there's more options than there really are. But really, again, it's just mostly just the choice of, hey, would I like to take the the Mighty Mouse rockets plus the bombs and the Zunis, or the Mighty Mouse rockets plus the bombs and or the Sidewinders? So take it as you will. I think that this is a perfectly good strike aircraft. I think it should be listed as a strike aircraft. That's just my own opinion on it. But either way, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Tell me ways I can improve upon my style here, because ultimately that's one of the goals I have for my channel. I just want to improve. I want to make you guys proud and all that mamma jamma lamma. So that said, thanks so much for watching, everyone. Please, again, like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. And I will see you all on the other side. Thanks so much for watching all my gameplay videos recently. And, well, love you guys.